Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. I'm actually a few seconds early today. I have to pick up slack from old Clydester. He was very excited about last night. This is him yesterday. This is him this morning. He had it. He had it. He was staying up too late last night. This is him last night, the night session, and then this morning, this is the old Clyde. He's just resting. Hope everybody's doing great today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me just share my screen here. All right. All right. Just share my screen. And let me put on my camera. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It'll start showing up in just a few seconds. Hopefully you could see my screen. There's about an 8-second delay. All right. Let me just make sure you guys could see everything now. There we go. Perfect. It's all there. It just takes a second. I'm a little early today, guys. So here you could see this is him last night. He was excited at about 8 o'clock. Market drops. He was all over the place, working late last night in his pants. And then this morning he's snoozing. That's what happens to these cat featured traders. You can't trust them. Good morning, Vertuvian. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Yuri, Kevin, Richard, Robert, Pete, Ivano, Rihanna, Dave, Cifazio, Hefe, Lloyd, Catherine, David, Bernie, Warren, Krish, Mike, Wade, Scott, Richie. Good morning, Richie. Spider Monkey's in the house. Gregory, Walter, Chadori's in the house. Stan, Roddy. Hey, Roddy. Bill, Steven, Dave, Susan, Nathan, Ray, Art, Todd, Pat, Dave, Javad, Hawkeye, Arnulfo, Illinois grain farmers in the house. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We got All Point Survey. David is in there. We got Tom. We got Steven. We got Sin Lee. We got John. We got Deanna, Hopium, Texas Kirk. We got Seth. We got Harold. We got William. Good morning, William. We got Robert. We got Miriam. We got Moondog. We got a lot of people is what we got. It flipped on me. It always flips on me when there's a lot of people. Here we go. There we go. Moondog is in the house. We got CJ. We got Helen. We got Bob. Thank you, Bob. Henry, Jody, Gregory, Kurt, Dave, the Sassy Trainer, James, Bull Rider, Tom, Devin, Sylvia, Cam, Seth, Lewis, Richard, Eduardo, Diamond Jen, Jeffrey, James, Rick, Julio, Duzzy, John, Sylvia, Wes, Joel, you two, free mix, what is this? JFRE mix. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Dave, we got Dave. We got Bob is here. We got Frex. We got William. We got Mr. Costa Rica is here. Costa Blanca, sorry. Bull Rider, Stacy, Paul, Rock, Kevin, Dragon Dawn, Ruth, Brian, Patrick, Armando, David, Omar. Hey, Omar, I got your email. I'll share it with everybody in a little bit. Captain Beef, Moise, Bob, Manuel, Ivan, Brian. We got Peter. Hey, Peter, good morning. Mark, Brendan, Karen the Shark is here. Always good to see Karen the Shark. Sandra is here. Good morning, Sandra. I responded to your email just a few minutes ago. Dallas, Rachel, Shamens, Susan, Greg, Patera, Next Gen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and I hope you guys could see me, and I hope you guys could hear me okay. I came a few minutes earlier today because my partner in crime, this guy right here, sleeping on the job. I know. It's good help is hard to find. As you guys can see, the market is down quite a bit this morning, a lot more than random, especially the Nasdaq. And the reason that it's down, it's because a few economists decided to throw the old "we are overvaluated" scenario in. I want you guys to know something, okay? When private equity economists talk, it means absolutely nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing. It's like your next door neighbor talking. These guys are not market timers. They make decisions every 3 to 6 months. They look at things like PE ratio. They have absolutely no clue how the market works, the dynamic of the market works. They understand how individual companies work, and they understand how valuation for individual companies work. But they have absolutely no clue to how the markets work. And just for them to say something like that is completely stupid in light of the fact that earnings have actually been coming out really good, a lot better than expected. And last time I checked, earnings is what decides whether valuations are good, not some dudes that are just talking. People seem to think just because somebody opens their mouth in this business, they know what they're talking about. Folks, nobody knows. Nobody knows what the market is going to do next. Okay? You cannot predict the market. And all of this talk, they could be just using it as a ploy to just scoop up assets when they're cheaper. So the only thing that I trust in this business is price action. Price action tells you what people are actually doing, not what they're saying. So just because a couple of guys decided to say valuations are high, it means nothing. I mean, when I say means nothing, it means nothing. It's like my dog barking. It means nothing. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean markets are great or bad or good or bad, but my point is these things that they're saying, it means nothing. Now, when the Fed says something, it means something because when the Fed says something, there's consequences. But when these analysts just talk out of their ass, it means absolutely nothing. And I mean, it means nothing. Roger, are you telling us we should be buying this? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you should be looking at price action, price action, price action, and price action. Okay? Price action. You know what never lies? Never, ever, ever, ever lies to us. Price action. It's the only thing you can trust. And that's the only thing that I pay attention to. Okay. All right. So the market's down quite a bit. Don't go, we'll get into all the technicals. Don't go, getting all scared and all that. It doesn't mean, yes, exactly, Hefe. They do. They just finished like a second ago. When you posted that, they drive me nuts. But again, it doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless. It's like that Robert Kawasaki. We're going into a crash. You notice he says it every year, and then if it doesn't happen, he stops talking. And then if it sees more downside, I told you there's a crash coming. If you say it every year, eventually it's going to happen. You understand? I mean, eventually you'll be right. But folks, I am telling you that these guys are, I've talked to fundamental analysts. I've talked to fund managers that base on value. They're ass clowns. They have no idea how the market really works. They know how individual companies work. Individual companies is not what drives price. Sentiment is what drives price. Okay? All right. As far as earnings are concerned, we got Palantir, which actually outperformed estimates. We also have a bunch of other stocks reporting this morning, including Uber, Shopify, Spotify, Pfizer, Hut 8, British Petroleum, Ferrari. The stock I can't see right here. Wait, let me make this a little bigger so I could actually see what I'm talking about here. How do you make this thing bigger? Usually a little thing right here to make it bigger. Here. I don't know what this is, but Norwegian is the last one. And then we have a whole bunch, including AMD tonight. Okay. I gave you this sheet. You should have this sheet right here. Sell a lot of books with the same fear over and over again. Exactly. 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 So, folks, the only exactly, Jeffrey, and Brian Shannon's awesome. He's great too, by the way. I like Brian Shannon. Yeah, price, 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 price. That's it. Nothing else but price. All right, let's look at the bond market. The bond market bottomed out yesterday and it's now above. It's actually higher today and it's above the 50 days. So far we have a pivot here, which happens right at the 50-day, which happened right where I drew this for you right here. Okay? So we're right in our safety zone right here. I'm expecting a lot of support I expected a lot of support to happen here. It's all good. It's just one stock, and it's not really that important. Okay, so right here, you could see we're coming. We're already in. We're not coming. We're already in this area. I want to see if we can get out of this area. So we have support right here. So you got support on the 50-day, and you got resistance right here. So we have a little baby pinch right here. I want to see what happens to this. I want to see if this breaks the low. If this breaks the low, which is 89.40, then we have a bigger problem we have to deal with. And then the next level is the 200-day. And then the odds that the Fed is going to lower in December is going to be even lower. But for now, they're holding at about 70%. Okay? US dollar, the dollar is going higher. The dollar is getting more towards certainty. This is very positive for the economy, not for the stock market, but for the economy. This is actually a bullish sign. This means we're getting more clarity. This is just a side note, okay? This is a side note. Don't get political on me. I'm trying to be funny right now. I don't know if they're getting excited because the Supreme Court case is coming and the bond market and the US dollar thinks it's going to overrule, or it thinks it's going to be a done deal. But I don't know which one it's apprising in its value, and I really don't care. But the only thing I care about is the fact that it's coming up to the 200-day moving average. That's just a comment I'm making, okay? That's just a little side note. All right. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that. Again, I don't know why it's happening. It could be happening because they think it's going to be done and it's not going to be done, or it's going to be done and it's going to be done. But either way, we're getting towards certainty. This is good for the economy. The only question is we're getting to the 200-day moving average. He won't cut December. Powell said won't cut in. No, he didn't. He didn't say that, Michael. He didn't say he's not going to cut in December. You see what you're doing, Michael, right now, Michael Anthony. What you're doing right now is you're spreading rumors and gossips. Now, we all know that Powell would never, ever, ever, ever say anything like this. Powell would say, we take things case by case, and we're going to decide right before the meeting. So, Michael, if you do that again, I'm going to kick you out of here. Okay? I'm going to kick your ass out of here faster than you can say who's your daddy if you do that again. Please stop worrying people and saying things that are just not true. He did not say that at all. Not even remotely close to that. Okay? He said we're going to see what we're going to do. And it's hard to see because we don't have data. That's all he said. And the odds are still at 70%. So, Michael, don't say nonsense here. I'll kick your ass out of here faster than you could say who's your daddy. We only want truth here, all right? If you want to speculate, then you could say my speculation is, but don't say what he didn't say. Don't cause nonsense here. I'm watching you, Michael. I'm watching you, Michael Anthony. All right, Mr. Bassist for Van Halen. Good morning, Vladimir. Good morning. Michael Anthony's the bassist for Van Halen, by the way. Where the key cuts were not forgotten. He didn't say, exactly. He didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of that. He said we don't know what's going to happen, like he always does. Okay, so we're getting towards par. This is good, but not really good for gold or not really good for gold or crude oil. But this is good for grade band. All right, gold is just holding on. Gold is making a base here. The longer gold holds on here, the higher the odds are that it's going to come back up. But I wouldn't be doing anything on gold with this type of price action right now. If I'm going long, I would wait for it to break this level right here above the 8-day and preferably this level right here. And if I'm going to go short, I would wait for it to break this level right here. Okay? But I'm not doing anything with gold right now. Crude oil. Same thing with crude oil. Notice nothing is happening. We're just chopping around. If I had to put my money on it, I would say we're either going to chop around here for a lot longer or we're going to break. And if we break, we're going to come down all the way here. We don't know what will happen. And no, I have no idea when the federal strike will end. I cannot predict the future. Nobody can predict the future. If anybody tells you they can predict the future, then they're just bald-faced lying to you, okay? All right. What's China doing? China's getting closer to the 100-day moving average, and they were really low overnight. They were really low overnight. By the way, folks, let me give you some links. I will be talking a lot about seasonality. Yesterday, we had an incredible session. Today, I'm going to give you seasonality for some of my top stocks. Okay. All right. VIP room link. And here's customer service live. If you guys want free stocks, debit spreads, options, afternoon analysis, my top stocks from the Pro Trader dashboard, then you definitely want to come into the VIP room today. I mean, into the VIP room today. And I don't know what Cam and Gustavo are going to be sharing today, but I highly recommend you guys show up. Now, let's do a little housekeeping. Make sure you go to your gearbox and make sure you're watching at 1080p. Okay, 1080p. I want to make sure you're watching at 1080, not on auto at 1080p. See how I just switched it? See, now it's going to say 1080p. That's what you need to do, especially if you're walking around. Okay. Number two, number two, if you don't mind, give us one thumbs up. One thumbs up. It increases our likeliness. It increases our likeliness with YouTube, from what I understand. Although I haven't seen any evidence of it, but that's what the word on the street is. Thanks, Preb Nuts. Preb Nuts. That's funny. Yes, exactly, John. I have the exact same prediction. I predicted the future is unpredictable. Don't listen to any moron who thinks he can predict the future, okay? Especially those that sound so certain, like it's a done deal. Nobody can predict the future. I'm going to tell you guys something. I can predict the future probably better than 99.99999% of the people. And what do I tell you? You can't predict the future. You can't predict the future. It's impossible. Don't try. Give it up. And you don't need to. You don't need to predict the future. That's the whole thing. I'm doing thanks. There you go. All right. All right. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for all your work. Bob does fantastic work. All right. So China's not looking great. Bitcoin is breaking down. Bitcoin is now breaking the 200-day moving average, folks. Bitcoin is breaking the 200-day moving average. Not a good sign. Not a good look. We couldn't hold this. Now we're breaking down. Let's see if we actually break it. Crude oil is, I'm telling you that I think crude oil is going to come down here. If it starts breaking this level, we're done for it. We're going to come right back here. And with the US dollar going up, that's the trajectory. Gold, if the US dollar starts coming down, gold will go back up. It looks like it wants to go up, but I'm not sure if US dollar is ready to go down. I think that it wants to stay up here. Let's see how it reacts right when it gets to the 200-day moving average. Okay. All right. All right. Um, so we talked about bonds, right? Bonds are jumping off the 50-day. We don't really know what's happening, but they're helping us a little bit. US dollars coming up to par, that's fine. Gold, it doesn't know what to do with itself. Crude oil looks like it wants to break down, but so far consolidation. I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet. Bitcoin is breaking down the 200-day line. Keep an eye on coin stocks today. Well, we'll talk about that, Jim. We'll talk about that extensively. And China is just kind of sitting right above the 100-day. All right, let's cut this. Let's cut the bandage off. Let's get into the overall market. We have a lot of earnings we have to digest. Uber's reporting this morning. Pfizer's reporting this morning. Shopify's reporting this morning. British Petroleum is reporting this morning. AMD, Amgen, and ANET are reporting tonight. I can't find Amgen here, so I imagine it's tonight. So this is what's on the table today. You got Spotify, you got Shopify, consumer state. This is consumer discretionary, folks. This is consumer discretionary. Uber's consumer discretionary. Shopify's consumer discretionary. Spotify's consumer discretionary. Norwegian Cruise Line is consumer discretionary. And Ferrari is consumer discretionary. I'm just pointing this out to you, okay? I'm just making a little point that you should be paying attention to consumer discretionary today. Let's break everything down. This is a time for catalysts. As I talk about this, you guys start writing catalysts. Please don't itemize, folks. Do not itemize every stock. Don't do that. Bunch them together. I don't want to see ticker symbols. Bunch them together. Bunch them together. Put them together. Give me sectors. Don't give me individual stocks. It's too many. When we don't have earnings, it's fine when you have three or four, but it's too much. Okay? Remember, you know what the rules are. And yes, consumer discretionary is definitely going to be a catalyst today. Now, what are the catalysts? All right, Minnesota Matt's coming in hot. Mags, chips, oh yeah, consumer discretionary, tech, healthcare, Fed speakers. I think I've got exactly what he's got. You know what? Energy, Matt, energy. But I have everything, and you're missing two things. I like where you're going with this. How to assign to the VIP room. The link will be, Raphael, the link will be in my Telegram channel, and I'm sure either Raleigh or Cam can post the link for you here, or they can post it in the Telegram channel, and I'll post it for you here. Can somebody post it, either Raleigh or Cam? Can you guys post it in our Slack channel, and I'll repost it if you guys don't mind? I have access to it right now. Thank you. I'll do it right now, Raphael. For those that don't have links yet. Actually, how come I don't have the link to my, I should get a link to, I got to get a link to my Telegram channel here. But yeah, we'll get you a link. We'll get you a link. Okay. So let's see what he's got. He's got, Richard, you did exactly what Palantir, you had to put the ticker in there. Palantir's Infotech. So Mr. Matt, you missed Infotech and you missed energy. Okay. Okay. All right. So, consumer discretionary, mega caps, chips, Infotech, healthcare, energy, consumer discretionary. That's what I've got. Michael Anthony says, I try to tell the truth that some things should be Googled to understand the truth. Okay, Michael, thank you for your thank you, Michael, for your feedback. Tony says, reported this morning that 15% of home purchases agreements are being canceled because of layoffs. That's news. I'm assuming that's true. That's news. That's a real fundamental economic news. But you see, folks, that doesn't have anything to do with the stock market. Actually, that has more to do with the US dollar, which is rising. Tony, always separate the economy and the stock market. Have you noticed when I talk about the US dollar, I always say how this is good for the stock market, for the economy, but doesn't really mean anything for the stock market? There's a difference. There's a big difference. Okay? And again, I'm not saying this, there's nothing wrong here. All I'm saying is let's take everything in, the right thing. So, consumer discretionary, Infotech, Mags, chips, Infotech, healthcare, energy, consumer, and Bitcoin. All right, let's now break everything down for you, okay? Let's break everything down. I came early today, so I have a little time, and it takes me half the amount of time to get to my office. It takes me about 6-7 minutes to get to my office. So I could spend a little more time with you guys, and I love that. Clyde is very happy about that. All right. Quarterly results from AI bellwether Palantir failed to impress investors, and Wall Street executives cautioned about a potential correction. Folks, we've had sky-high valuations now for a year. Warren Buffett has warned us about sky-high valuations now for over a year. You really think there's something new here? No. We've been talking, how many webinars have I had where I've said that valuations are near all-time highs? That's not new news. Okay. Hey, Stefan. We're not there yet, Stefan. We're not there yet. All right. Palantir slumped 7%, even though they beat their revenue and raised their full year guidance. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. When the company itself raises its full year guidance, that's like the best thing that can happen to a company. The only thing that can be better than this is when they beat their guidance, is when they beat their guidance outside of earnings. See how they combined earnings and guidance? You want to see them do a guidance up or down outside of earnings. Okay. All right. About 50 webinars. Exactly, John. Yeah. There's nothing new here. I mean, is this the first time you're hearing that that P ratios at all time highs? How many times have I said that to you this year? I think Warren Buffett said it 9 months ago, first time, a year ago. Remember when he stopped buying stuff? Valuations are at historic highs. Do you think that's what's really all of a sudden causing this? No, no. Morgan Stanley, Ted Pick, and Goldman Sachs, David Solomon. They're probably friends. They were among Wall Street executives of Hong Kong summit who cautioned the markets might be facing a significant pullback, while noting the pullbacks are a normal part of the market cycle. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? We do need a pullback. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with valuation. These guys, what if I told you they have absolutely no clue what they're talking about? Whether they're right or wrong, they have no clue what they're talking about. These are fundamental traders that are simply saying, okay, we need to say something important. Let's buy stocks cheaper. They have no idea whether it's true or not. And I know it sounds really crazy me saying this, but I've been doing this for almost 32 years, okay? Almost 32 years. In December it'll be 30, in January it'll be 32 years. And I've seen thousands of these guys do it. They have no idea what they're doing. I don't know who these guys are. They're just guys talking, okay? They're just guys talking. Okay, so please, 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 please don't take the market, what the market gives you, very seriously, but don't base it on what these two morons said. They don't know anything. It's like me saying in here, valuations are high and the market's going to go down. When, how much, why is it a good thing? Be specific, guys. This is just some that's the equivalent of this, okay? I'm serious. I'm not kidding you, okay? Here, Mike Gitlin, president and chief executive of Capital Group, who manages 3 trillion in assets. What did he say? Corporate earnings remain strong, but what's challenging are valuations. Yeah, which has been challenging us for 9 months now, as the market's been going, making new highs almost every other week. This is a guy that actually manages money. Corporate earnings remain strong. Valuations need to support corporate earnings. That's the only thing that matters. Okay? 470 according to Yahoo Finance. Okay, let's continue. Fed Goolsbee said on Monday, I'm not decided going into December meeting. He's not decided. Either am I. I've been telling you guys this for a while now. I've been the only guy telling you this for a while. Don't assume December's in the bag. I've been telling you that since October. I'm nervous about inflation, where you've seen inflation above target for 4.5. Well, dude, why are you saying that now? Why didn't you say that last meeting? Let me ask you this question. What changed from last meeting to this meeting? Basically, inflation above target for 4.5 years. See, this is totally political because inflation has been here. So it was 4 years and 3 months last time when you said to lower rates, but this time something changed. See, he didn't say it's been going on for half a year, 4.5 years, but all of a sudden he's nervous. All of a sudden he's nervous. Don't get me started. They're so, oh God. What I want to ask him is, hey, Goolsbee, what changed from last time you lowered rates? Nothing. So last time inflation was high for 4 years and 3 months, but you weren't nervous. But now it's rising for 4.5 years, and now you're nervous. You see what I mean? It's just nonsense. Just nonsense, Nonsense. Verbal diarrhea, exactly. Might, would, could. Make a freaking commitment and stick with it already, like I do every day. Like, say something meaningful. Give a level or something. All right. Let's see. Fed Cook said she views the risk of further labor market weakness as outweighing the risk of rising inflation. though she refrained from explicitly supporting another rate cut. Okay. Dolly said policymakers should keep an open mind. Well, did you keep an open mind last when you guys all lowered rates a month ago? Where was your open mind then? Were valuations any different then than they are now? No, they were not. As a matter of fact, they're better now because earnings are coming out better than expected. Ah, these people. All right. Fed Miran said monetary policy remains restrictive and that he will continue to put the larger interest rate cuts. Oh, so you're not worried about the inflation target 4.5 years? Because every time I've been saying it, inflation is above our target, but it didn't prevent them the last time. So I guess 4 years and 2.5 months or 3 months is okay, but once he gets to 4.5 years, he gets a little nervous. I mean, this is asinine nonsense. All right. Fed is too restrictive. Neutral is quite a way below where current policy is. Okay. IDEXX surged 14%. Amazon was great. KView jumped after agreed to acquire Tylenol. Charter Communications slid 4%. I've been telling you the stock has been on my chopping block now for a while. As a matter of fact, even like yesterday. It's just when they start talking, it's just nonsense, you know? It's just nonsense. Better earnings warrant a better chance of a rate cut. It has no impact on rate cut. No impact on rate cut. Rate cut is economy. Earnings is stock market. You guys got to stop confusing the two. ISM manufacturing fell to 48.7, weaker than expected. And the same time, global manufacturing was revised higher. Nothing here, nothing there. We now have a 72% chance that they're going to lower rates in December. I think this number should be closer to about 60% right now, 60-40, but I'm not the Fed. We've got earnings coming out on just about everything today. This is incorrect. The 7.2, we're not at 7.2. I read this to you last week. We're now like at 10 or not. We're now almost double what we expected. I'll see if I can give an update today. And let me see if there's a link for me waiting. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Camp, can you post the link to my Telegram channel? Thank you, sir. Telegram channel, not Zoom room, Telegram channel. Thank you, sir. I have the Zoom link, Telegram channel, my free Telegram channel. Is it better for hedge funds to have stocks lower so they can start buying early next year? That's all. It doesn't work that way. You think it works that way. It doesn't. We're going to be focused by a speech by Bowman. Government shutdown has entered its 35th day, with bipartisan negotiations reportedly gaining momentum. We haven't seen a 35-day shutdown since, wow, what a surprise, since 1819 when Trump was a president. In light of the shutdown, the JOLTS job openings, factory orders, trade data are not going to be coming out today. So the Fed is not going to have any way to generate data. Fed has a really good way out. They could say if the government shutdown is still closed, they could just say we can't do anything because the government's closed. We can't estimate any data. We have to use worst case scenario. They could do that. They could do that. Goldman Sachs said that current government shutdown appears poised to have most significant impact on any shutdown on record. Now that could be impacting the market, folks. That, not some two morons who just evaluations are getting too. That means nothing. It's much broader than prior to lengthy shutdowns, which affects only a few agencies. They noted that prolonged shutdown could have heavily impact federal spending and investing may spill over into private sector. It hasn't spilled over into private sector yet, but it may. It may. It's a big problem. It's a big, big problem. Let's see what the markets are doing right now while we're talking. Bonds are coming off. SPY is coming down, back down. We're right at the 100-day moving average right now. We're right at the 15 and the 8. Wait till I give you my analysis. We're right there. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff. Europe is down at 100 over a full basis point. That's substantial sell-off across global markets. I think this is what's causing U.S. the downside. A lot of what I think personally, I think it's this. It's the shutdown. And it's the fact that Europe and Asia are down. I don't think it has anything to do with those two morons giving us their valuations, which have not changed in over a year. Actually, they've gotten better. China closed lower as investors booked profits from year end. Defensive stocks, full corporate earnings, tech, healthcare, metals slumped on Tuesday. Japan closed sharply lower as investors took profit or took. You notice they always say took profit. They never say took losses. For every investor that took a profit, one investor took a loss. Remember? But notice, investors booked profits. Look, investors booked profits. Do you guys see that? You know that's a fallacy, right? For every time they say investors book profits, what they're saying is half the investors booked profits and half the investors booked a loss. Because for every person that takes a profit, somebody has to take a loss. Have you ever thought about that? You see how you're being manipulated? Just like you're being manipulated right here. Morgan Stanley, who is this Ted Pick and David Solomon? I don't even know who they are. They're just some two dudes who just said something at a summit. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And here we go. Nvidia, mags are down, chips are down, Palantir's down, everything is down, and the market's lower. Right. Think about that. Why? How come they never say loss taking? Why do they always say took profits? For every profit taker, there's a loss taker minus commission. So why do they always say book profits? Do you see that? You're being manipulated every turn. Every turn, you're being manipulated by the media and you don't even know it. Profit taking. Wall Street, go turn on CNBC. We're down because of profit taking. How come they're not saying loss taking? For every profit taker, there's a loss taker, right? Duh. Wall Street's a funny thing. Ah, there we go. Telegram. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cam. Here's the link to the Telegram channel if you guys don't have it. And I'm assuming this is the public Telegram channel. Thanks. Thanks, Cam. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Gustavo is there too. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you can always post here and I'll always pick them up. Gustavo, I will never look at you the same way again after after this. Look at Gustavo, guys. Look at Gustavo. Look at this. That's a man. Look at that. I love that. Love that. That's adorable. I love that. All right. Clyde for Fed chair? Only if Kevin Hassett makes a deal with him. Hassett has to make a deal with him. All right. Let's look under the hood. Volatility. What's volatility doing? Ooh. At the 200-day moving average. There's a strong resistance here. Let's see if we break above or if we're just going to come down here. A lot of times, they'll come right to the 200 and then they'll come right back down. Okay? All right. Folks, let me give you links. We'll be talking a lot more about seasonality today, which is really important, and time spreads. I'll be talking about data miner today, be giving you a lot of seasonal plays today. And here's Customer Service Live, where Cam and Gustavo will be talking about Uncle Roger persistently. Wink, wink. And Clyde, and Clyde. There you go. All right, let's continue. So volatility is up. We're going to be looking at, folks, two things. You're going to be looking at VIX to be coming down today, and you're going to be looking at the bond market to go above TLT, to go above 90. We want bonds to go above 90. You see how it's at 89.70? It's a little bit down. We want bonds to go up, and we want volatility to come down, okay? If you have, and then I love Nacho Libre, it's fantastic. If you guys have the market internals dashboard, and I'll be updating you throughout the entire, actually, no, Clyde will be updating you throughout the entire day. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys like those funny updates from Clyde when he actually posts something for you? Let me know if it's irritating or you guys like those updates with Clyde's pictures on it. Let me know if you guys want me to continue doing that. You know, this stuff right here. I try to do it in context of the market. Let me know if you guys want me to keep doing that. You love them. Clyde is an adorable. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Okay. I'll keep, it makes me happy doing them. Continue. Hell yes. All right. All right. Cool. Cool. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, we'll never fire Clyde. All right, let's now look at momentum. How is momentum looking? Well, remember what I've been telling you guys for the last few days? Um, and I'm going to say I hate to say I told you so, but remember I warned you we have some vulnerability in the market. We now have 38% of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average. Some of these sectors are getting overextended. Some of these, like basic materials, real estate, communication, we're not at 90 going down though. We're already at 38, so there's not much more to go down. Okay. For example, let me show you consumer discretionary. I've only done half of my analysis, folks, so please bear with me. I have a lot to show you, a lot to talk about. Look where we are right now. This is the lowest we go in 10 years. We're not here right now. We're already here. They're a little late with this whole valuation nonsense, okay? We're already here. We are at a very, very low level. Okay? That's consumer discretionary. We just need a shakeout and we're good. Okay? Put the call ratio. Put the call ratio. We're getting towards the bulls. The puts. Put buyers are starting to panic. We're not here yet though, but we're getting close. But we're not here either. Remember what I told you. Anytime we come down here, we usually have a big pullback. You could see consumer discretionaries starting to get overextended to the downside. Basic materials starting to get overextended to the downside. Real estate, communication services, all of these are in the red. There's not much more to go. We're already at 38%. Okay. Russell 1000, 37%. This is at 51. There's not much momentum here. The Dow's at 50. NASDAQ is at 44. My point is, we've been going down. Momentum levels have been going down. They've been going down. A lot of folks, okay, here's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people think that we're starting to go down. We've been going down. We've been going down. Matter of fact, look what the equal weighted SPY looks like right now. See, here's my bitch and my complaint with these guys, okay? We're already here. We're not here. This is when they should have said valuations were high. We've already dropped the last one, two, three, four, five. We've been dropping for 6 days. You guys don't pay attention without me to the RSP. We've already been going down. Okay. So this is not a start. Okay. Momentum's already been getting weaker for 2 days already. RSP's already at the 100-day moving average. Okay. We're already there. Volatility already is at 20. So I think that most of what you guys are seeing right now is already priced into the market. Um, momentum levels are pretty shitty right now. And they've been shitty for quite some time. Look at NASDAQ Composite, 44. Look at the Russell 1000, 37%. Look at the 200-day moving average. Folks, if this goes below 50, we're in a bear market. Technically, we're in a bear market if that goes below 50. But my point is, we've already been going down for quite some time. A lot of the sectors are already starting to get overextended to the downside. So there's nothing new here. It's just you're starting to see it in the mags, which I've been talking about for several days. Okay? All right. So, what about sectors? How are they looking? Let's see. See how they're looking. See how they're looking. Semiconductors, technology, QQQ, consumer discretionary, that doesn't look bad. Communication is right here. That's the problem in Bitcoin. But if you move these up, they're not bad. We don't have structure is not that bad. What about stocks making 90-day highs? We got over 100. What about 90-day low? 178. But both of these are over 100, so we have a two-sided market. All right, let's look at technical analysis. Let's look at price action. Let's look at SPY. I'll give you your levels in a minute. Let's look at SPY. SPY is at the 15-day EMA. Let me do this live. Let me do this live. It's better to do it live. Hold on. Okay. The SPY is sitting at the 100-day moving average and the 15-day moving average. There's a lot of support here. Look, see this channel I drew last week for you? There's a lot of support at the 100-day. If we break the 100-day, we go down to sorry, excuse me, that's not the 100-day. That's the 15-day. And my line, that's not the 100-day. If we break this level, we go to the 50-day. Okay? If we break this, we come down here. If we break this, we come down here. But look at RSP. We're already at that. That's what I was talking about, the 100-day. We're already at the 100-day moving average here. So if you take away the mega caps, if you take these away, you're left with this. This is really what the market's looking like right now. Not hovering up, making new highs. It's already down here. It's already the 100-day moving average. And this is the level right here. So, and by the way, middle of a few days ago, remember when we were right here last week, I said we're going to come down to the 8-day on mags, and here we are. We got a little more to go. Mags need to get down to the 15-day. This is where the big problem still is. If you look at QQQE, you'll see that we're just kind of consolidating around here, around this line that I drew for you. So as far as I'm concerned, this is mostly in the mega cap world. If you look at RSP, we're already there. If you look at Dow Jones, we're already below the 15-day EMA. I'm not really seeing anything crazy here. What I'm really seeing is just the mega caps, the large stocks coming back down, stocks like Amazon coming back down to reality. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm not really seeing anything crazy right now. Russell's already at the 50-day moving average. So what I'm trying to say is what everybody's anticipating, the broad market has already been doing for several days. This is what a lot of you think you've been trading this, but what you've been doing is you've been trading this without knowing it for the last several weeks. See that? This is what you're really trading. And that's why a lot of the positions are not doing well, because the markets are not doing well. But you keep looking at this, which is just off of the high by a few days. And even right now, we're still at the 15-day EMA. So here's what I want to do. You see this level, this price level right here? I want to see us, the QQQ, write this down. I want to see the QQQ defend the 15-day EMA. If it breaks, you got this support level here, which I drew for you like a week and a half ago. On the SPY, you're also at the 15-day and at this level. And if that breaks, we don't have anything till the 50-day. But we're still not really overextended to the downside yet. So if we dip today right here and start coming up, it wouldn't be a big deal. I think the majority of what you're seeing is priced into this market. The bond market is not seeing flight to quality. By the way, that's my level from yesterday. You're welcome. Remember I drew this for you? That's my level from yesterday. So I'm not really seeing all that much downside. I think today is going to be a down opening. We're going to see a down opening, and then we're going to consolidate and possibly come back up or possibly stay there. But I'm not seeing anything crazy. All right. Dow Jones, let's see if we can come back from this 15 days. See, we're still near this is basically the markets are all near their 2-week level. Their 2-week level, which is not anything too bad. Okay. It is just not true. It is a basic staff. Profit taking is not the same. Not have someone else has to lose. Stock market is zero-sum game. What? Yes, when you take out the commission. Whenever you have a buyer, somebody needs to sell to that buyer. You understand? There's a buyer and a seller for every transaction. Duh. Minus commission. I think we all know that. I think even Clyde knows that, right? Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are so funny. You know, a lot of you break the first rule, knowing enough to be dangerous to yourselves. Okay. Intraday levels. Let's do them. Let me give you intraday levels. Let me give you intraday levels, and then we have to do. All right. Let's do these intraday levels here. That's good right there. That's good. All right. Here's the Dow Jones. It's coming into Telegram, coming in hot. Let's do SMH. Let's erase this from yesterday. Right there. Right there. Okay, let me give you these levels. And folks, remember, I will be updating you throughout the entire day. Uncle Roger's got you covered from from the new office. All right, let's do these. I'm hoping that this is helpful to you guys. Okay. And remember, we haven't done large caps and small caps yet, so take it easy. Take it easy. And I haven't given you my conclusion yet. But I love how these Wall Street guys just come out and start talking about valuations 9 months after Warren Buffett said exactly the same thing. Okay. We got SMH, we got MAGs. Let's do SPY. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You guys are funny. Gain makes increased output and living standards. Someone had to have a loss for someone else's gain. The stock market would not be able to rise over time. Sure, it would, because each share would be worth more, but you still have to buy and sell each share. I don't want to argue with you, Max Chen. I don't want to argue with you. Please yeah. I'm trying to understand what to watch for those few times when the spine fold. Ray Waskell, you're talking about intraday stuff. I'm talking about daily stuff. We're talking about apples and oranges. Volt doesn't come into this equation. You need to send me an email and not confuse anybody else. Thank you, sir. Volt is intraday. This is daily, daily, daily. Uh, all right. QQQ. Oh, my dogs are going crazy again. There, right there. Thank God you guys don't hear them. QQQ levels. And let me give you Russell 2000. I don't think anybody uses them, but in case you do, here they are too. Okay, that's good. All right. Now let's move on to intraday stocks. IWM levels. More of it, otherwise we have some potential upside in the future. Absolutely, I think we have. I think a lot of this is already priced in. I think a lot of what you're hearing is already priced into the market. Um, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's now move to intraday levels, and then I'll give you my parting shot and my daily stocks. I gotta say, I do give you guys a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's do this. Sometimes we get too many, sometimes we get none. We take what we get and we don't complain. Core greater than 645. SAGT greater than 312, let's just say. PTLE. It's got to be above the pre-market high. At this point, it's going to be, I'll just say 45 cents for now. But again, I don't know what the pre-market high will be. RLMD above 355. Yes. DENN above 625, let's just say. IHRT above 470. Uh, no, it's too expensive. Okay. PTLE, let's see. PTLE. No, 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 no volume. Okay, let me post these for you. Let me post these for you. Core greater than 645. SAGT greater than 312. PTLE. PTLE. Yeah, I said PTLE, greater than 45 cents. PTLE greater than 45 cents. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, I'll do bond levels. Give me a minute. I'll do bond levels. PTLE. This one. Yes, I said it. Above 45 cents. Um, RLMD, RMLD greater than 355. DENN. DENN greater than 625. IHRT greater than 420. And I think that's it. That covers all. Let's do bonds real quick. Sorry, I didn't give you bond levels. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Wow. Yesterday's bonds levels look amazing. Look at that. Don't have to change much. Look, very little change to yesterday's levels. That's it. That's all I have to do. Look at that. Barely had to change yesterday's levels. All right. These are the bond levels. All right. There's the bond levels. PTLE. Yeah, PTLE. Yeah, PTLE. Right. Now let me give you my stocks for swings and day trading. Nike to the short side. EMN to the short side. CL to the short side. I must have given you the stock at least 100 times. I'm not kidding either. Fast. I don't usually do RSP. I don't give Kevin, I don't give I'll talk about the Picassos. I'll talk about that. Right here, we need to break down fast. KMX. Nice looking stock. CarMax. Moss. I see that you liked yesterday's Picasso, Rayner. Moss. AMT. My Picassos have been actually 100% accurate last few days. AMT. It's a nice looking stock. Urban. By the way, folks, we have no positions in the pit. We took a day trade yesterday on BE, took a nice sweet profit on it. We have no positions in the pit right now. RCL. Oh, nice breakdown below the 200. That can give us a nice little breakdown rally right there. That keep an eye on this one, folks. This can be a live wire today. Long side, ES. Oops, not wrong ES. It always does that. It always gives me the instead of this Eversource Energy. Wrong ticker. ES. You got to watch out for that. ES A. STLD. Actually, forget about this stock. No. XYL. I'll give you my parting shots before I'm done. I'm almost done. I like this XYL. Watt already has earnings, I think, right now. I would wait. Don't do anything on Watt. Tesla. I like Tesla. I know. Call me old-fashioned. Tesla. BAC, Bank of America. I like Bank of America. I like Applied Materials, as long as it can rally from here. And I like HWM. Be careful with this in light of Palantir, but I do like it. Now listen. You want me to look at Irene? I'll look at Irene for you. I had a girlfriend named Irene about 30 years ago. Irene. Okay. I don't know why we're looking at Irene, but just looks like it's just kind of sitting there. It's not really doing much. It's near the 8 day, but it's not there quite yet. Overall, let me tell you what I overall think for the market. Let me just show you the market. So that's my analysis for today. So here's what I think. Keep an eye on the SPY and see if we break the 15-day and this support level here. And we may bottom out a lot of times. See how we go to the top of this channel, okay? And the rubber band, well, that bottom works the same way. So what I'm thinking is we may come down, 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 touch this level, and start coming up. So here's what I think you guys should look at today. I gave you my shorts. I started out with shorts. I gave you all the shorts. All right. I gave you the shorts. RLMD. RLMD. Sandy, you misspelled it. RLMD. Okay. We're going to have a run day. We're definitely going to run in the morning. The question is, are we going to run or are we going to chop in the second half of the day, John? We're going to run. What I want to see is I want to see how well we consolidate in this area or if we start breaking down. If we start breaking down really fast, look for this to be the low. If we break down from here, this is where we're at already. And we're already down 1.15%. So if we break this level, the next level is this deviation band. See how we touch the deviation band and then we come back up, deviation band. So I'm looking for us to stop right here or stop at the deviation band. Mags have more downside. Mags are going to go to the 15-day, the whole Amazon, all that. We're going to come down to the 15-day. The question is, are we going to stop there or not? QQQ, is the 15-day going to hold, or are we going to come down to that over deviated level, which happens to be right in line with my line area right here? So you guys all have your orders. You guys know all what to look at. Not upside, Mark, not upside. Okay? So keep an eye on the current 15-day on the QQQ, and if not, the standard deviation band and our line, which I drew for you several days ago. On the SPY, look to see if we break the 15. The 15 is going to be the big thing and this level, and if we do, we're going to touch this area right here. I will be updating you throughout the entire day today. Here is my email address for you. If you have any questions, in the VIP room today, we will circle back on our analysis in about 3 hours. We'll circle back and see if our analysis holds. I'll start giving you a lot of seasonality, and I'm going to start giving you some debit and credit spreads to take advantage of this market cycle. And we'll also revisit the Pro Trader dashboard and see if we have any strong stocks that are good day trading candidates for today. Okay? All right, guys. Cheers. If you have any questions, email me. Hopefully, this was a great session. Please give us a thumbs up. And lastly, here's the link for the VIP room. And Gustavo and Cam, thank you for your help. I appreciate it. I got the info we need. Here's the link for the VIP room. Here's the link. Thanks, Gustavo. I got it right here. Cam, here's the link for my Telegram channel. If you guys are not on it, I highly recommend you do. And here's the link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Folks, do not miss the Cam and Gustavo show. I mean, where else are you going to get Angus Young and Nacho Libre to give you a full market analysis, right? Clyde wishes you all well. He's still napping, but he's getting up. He's got to go to the office too. He's got to make his nut for the day. And I'll see you guys later. It was a great session. Folks, don't panic. Don't panic. Here, I'm going to write this for you. Most important advice today, do not panic. Take things one step at a time and be in the present, not in rear view mirror or ahead. Stay in the now during these volatile periods. They will help you get through them. Okay? Trust me, I've been here before. Stay in the now. Stay in the now. Okay? Bye, guys. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you at noon. I'm almost done with Mind Traps, the second Mind Traps. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Folks, please. please be careful today. Don't get too excited. Let the market show its hand. A lot of times we'll come off a little bit and we'll just kind of glide and start coming back up. We have to see how the ADD will be today. If the ADD is really weak, then we can have a run day. I'll know that real quick and I'll be updating you throughout the day. Keep your eye on the Telegram channel. Clyde will have a lot to say today.